Okay, I'm working on my PanHead spark plug holding tool here. So basically I got my angle plate here, another angle plate here, which holds my head at the correct angle. And then I orientate the bolts over here. These are two bolts to hold it down to the plate. And then I have shims that go underneath these head bolts right here. Both of these head bolts are nice and straight when you turn them. They don't wobble. So it gives me some decent locating down, or locator pins. So this here I put a 10 thou shim here, and then I put a stack of Joe blocks on this, which is right over here. And a protective shim on top of that so I don't screw my blocks. These are precision machine blocks called Joe blocks. Anyway, this gives me 176 thousandths total thickness, which is the distance between this 10 thou shim and the bottom of this bolt. And that sets my rotation of my head so that my spark plug comes up vertical like I want it to be. So this sets the rotation this way, and then the angle plate sets it up this direction. So that gives you two different directions. So, I took a spark plug here and I cut it out and put a bushing in it, put it on center. This is my valve cutting stuff pilot. So that slips in the hole. And this is the level that we set our valve, set our head with in our head machine. So this gives me my vertical level. So you can see how it's pretty close. So this is after I've done welding, had to head it out 3 or 4 times on a jig, so the fixturing's coming pretty close. So you can see how close our bubble is, it's pretty darn straight. So the tooling is repeating. So the next thing I gotta do is I need to figure out is my height. There we go, get that out. Okay, all of this was just to get the head holding fixture done. So we got the head holding fixture part done. So now we gotta get the cutter, which would go over here, location, so I can put this for the location on our X and our Y, and also our Z, which is our vertical up and down. So that way I know how deep to cut this into the head. So to do that, I'm working on the fixture here I welded up here, which is basically, I'm using PanHead rocker blocks here, and then I got the 2 pins I made up here, and I weld a crossbar on them. So it's a pretty precision fit. So this here will locate this reference point no matter what I do on the heads, because most of the time these heads don't get cut. The rocker box area doesn't get cut much. I might take a light trim cut off of here, 5/10 thou usually, but not much different. If I take a bunch off, I can mark it and I can raise this jig up, whatever I need, 10-15 thousandths to get my center back where I need it to be. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and cut this off here, put a flat spot, and I'll put a dowel pin right here. I'm going to be on center. This screw actually is on center with a spark plug hole in the center of the head, so everything lines up. So I'm going to go ahead and indicate my center of this hole in, the center of this hole, and if those two line up like I think they will, to the center of the rocker blocks back in here, then I'll go ahead and put a locating pin right here in the center of my pin with my crossbar here, which will set my X and Y location. And then I'll go ahead and machine a flat on this, and that will set my height location. So from here I can get a positive number, the distance from here to the base of this, which is going to be probably about close to 2 inches, 1.75 inches maybe. And then our X and the Y will come off of this, and we come over some set distance, about 3-something inches this way, and it should be 0 the other direction. So that's how we're going to do all that. That'll allow me to set my cutter and do that depth. So right now I'm going to do a bunch of measuring and start machining this here probably. So first I got to do a bunch of measuring, check all these angles and stuff. So anyway, that's where we're at right now.